All right, what's up, Wolf Empire? We're going to have our weekly recap where we're going to go over what transpired in the market, the plays that I put out on February the 3rd. I put some plays out for you all to look at to help guide you during this VIX regime shift. And so when we have the VIX spiking like it spiked this week, only the few and the proud know how to navigate a market like that. And the Wolf, I've been through all these different types of markets, so that's why I was able to help you guys to not allow your portfolio to get hit too hard, and also pick the leaders in the market while the S&P 500, QQQ, and Dow were dropping. We were in plays that were going up, or some were just consolidating a bit. And so we were able to navigate that market. We were able to put our day trading hats on and make a little money day trading puts and day trading calls. And we were also able to monitor VIX, monitor the different sectors in the S&P 500, and know what smart money was rotating into in real time so that we could make money. And you guys did an extremely great job. I was very proud of a lot of people in the Discord, a lot of people in the Wolf Pack. A lot of the leaders were stepping up, putting out plays for the pack to follow, building trade plans. When I looked through the language of our Discord, everybody was talking about being patient, following the trade plan, exiting at your stop loss if it got hit, taking profit at your profit targets. And you all were allowing me to lead you all when we were hitting rug pulls. When I would signal the rug pull was about to happen, everybody prepared, and then like an hour or so after that, we saw the market get rug pulled. Why it caught a lot of people off guard, because you were in the right place at the right time with the right leader, and we have the right chart and we have the right infrastructure and ecosystem to dominate even these complex markets. So let's dig into the stocks that we looked at first. So the first stock that I had on the list, I had XLE, which is one of the sectors in the S&P 500. We had ETN, which is Eden. We had DVN. We had Oxy, DE, Union Pacific, UNP, and SLB as our alpha rotation stocks that I want you guys to keep close look on and do a trade plan on. The defensive ones that I thought what capital will rotate into, again, we put this out on February the 3rd before the market tanked, was Lockheed Martin, ticker LMT, Procter Gamble, PG, and then CVS. And so when you build a trade plan using the AI that I provide for you guys in Black Wolf Pro, that would allow you to do trade plans for even the secondary stocks like Lockheed Martin, PG, and CVS, to build a trade plan to take advantage of the pullback, because these stocks, some of them pulled back, but they pulled back to whatever the trade plan said they were going to pull back to, and they rocketed back up. And so the ones that we put on the list on February the 3rd for our primary structural shorts was Nvidia, Adobe, Netflix, Team, PayPal. The secondary basket was CRM, Amazon, Snow, Airbnb, Toast, and Uber. So our primary shorts that we put out on February the 3rd, we all know Nvidia dropped a lot. Adobe continued to drop. Netflix went down, I think, under 80 for just a second. Team has constantly dropped. It's under $100 right now. And PayPal took its next leg down. So if you're in the Wolf Empire and you got access to a quality list like this, and when I tell you it's high quality, because even some hedge funds were out of position, and we were in position and knew what stocks to be in for puts and what stocks to be in for longs in this type of market where it was unpredictable to many and they didn't know where to go, which sector would be leading, but we were following the money. And so again, the primary shorts that we put out for February the 3rd was Nvidia, Adobe, Netflix, Team, and PayPal. So if you go look at those charts, if we go look at Nvidia and we go pay attention to February the 3rd, when we put the signal out, which would have been here, and we're looking on the chart, even after that, this big red candle, you see on February 3rd starting at 8 a.m. So we put this out, and then, the list got dropped. and then we tanked down from, what is this, the $80 range all the way down to 171 on Nvidia, and then we ricocheted back up. Same thing with PayPal. We put the list out and it actually gapped down, and it proceeded to continue to drop. And people thought the drop on it was over, but it even went down under 40 to around 38.98. And then when we look at some of the ones from the leader list, like let's see, we can go to XLE and ETN, DVN, just kind of look at what happened from a price action perspective. So you got XLE, and we can see XLE was able to maintain a pretty decent bullish structure. And we know how bad, the SPY was dropping. And so XLE was able to push back up, and it maintained its alpha status during this dip. It didn't dip much. It popped back up. And then we had a few others on there like DE, UN, SLB. Let's look at UNP, Union Pacific. See how even during that big downturn, it continued to push up higher. Now it's inside of a supply zone now. And we look at, what's another one on there? DE. Deere was able to maintain its strength, pushing up during this really bad market pullback, right? So the SPY dropped a significant amount. It was a decent pullback to put in a higher low, but we had to keep our eye on these indexes. So that list is gone. I released a new list today. So I want you all to go through that new list and check out the stocks that I have on there. There's some really good stocks. You all get first dibs on it. I dropped it early. I normally drop these on Sunday or Monday. And but since there are a lot of stocks I had on there, I wanted to go ahead and get it to you today, just in case I had some of you that wanted to do your homework early and get prepared. Now, in the Discord, I just want to highlight some people in the Discord. I'm going to go down and look at the people that posted their profits and their losses in here. We be transparent. We see here, let's go down to YG, King YG. He was negative 500 on yesterday, but he got into some swings. But if you're in the Discord, you already know YG posts, $6,000 wins, $4,000 wins. And I'm highlighting this $529.75 loss because Wolf Chuvy, he paid me to do so. So we're going to highlight this loss instead of his wins on this video, okay? Now, Queen Black Wolf, she dropped $557, $935. And Queen Black Wolf is, she hadn't been in the Discord for a super long time, but everything's clicking for her. We know in the Discord, we say click clack when a person crosses over that hump to where they start really seeing the chart through the way that I envision people to be able to trade with the Wolf chart and become profitable. I don't know what her overall profit balance is if I look at her all-time trading, but I know that for the past month or so, she's been really doing a great job being consistent and making money. Joyous Wolf, she's always pushing the envelope. She's always asking questions to coach. She's not shy at all. If she has a question about anything, and I love that because I don't like a bunch of yes men or yes women. I do enjoy the transparency of the Wolf Pack, and I know that I train them in a way to where we trust each other, but we don't really deal in trust. We deal in evidence and investigating the trade, investigating where liquidity is, and doing trade plans, and proving the path forward. So it's not about, hey, coach said this stock finna go up. Coach is gonna give you a stock and a narrative, but then it's up to you to go and prove coach right or wrong. So you go and do your own due diligence, build your trade plan with the resources I've given you. I've given you guys the best fishing rod in the business as far as retail traders, hands down. So we don't have to really deal in trust or follow the leader and things like that. What you want to look at is, these are the resources I got. I have the same chart as coach. I got Black Wolf Pro to help me to dig deeper into these stocks, and you utilize all those advantages. So I just want to shout Joyous Wolf out for posting her profits. She did really well. Wolf Arena, look at her trade. She building her trade cards and sticking to her trade plan and posting her profits in here, which is great, right? And so I just want to highlight people that's doing that and dropping their profits in there. And we got Brown Wolf. She's always dominating. I think she had to cheat on MU because MU was tanking so much, but she dominated Cat. We saw the type of move that Cat did. She saw the move early, apparently, jumped in and made some money with it. Queen Nep, she's turned everything all the way around. Her understanding of the wolf chart, understanding fair value gaps, using her strategy for ever since January. I just been seeing nothing but her posting wins and things like that. And of course, you're gonna have wins and losses, but she's been very consistent with following her trade plans and things like that. And we got so many other people in here. Chosen Wolf, Tammy is in here. Tammy's in SPX and she traded Nvidia and some things. But I'm gonna start highlighting the wolves that's posting inside the profit and loss channel to make sure that I'm giving them kudos to when they're posting. So we want to highlight that and make sure you guys are still posting your profits, still posting your losses. All I'm looking for as a sign of growth is discipline. I value discipline to the system over whether you had profit or you had loss, because once you become disciplined in the system and you discipline in your trade plan, by default, because you have a trade plan and the way the ecosystem is built, your losses are going to be smaller than your wins. Okay. And in trading, your risk to reward is the biggest thing. How much are you risking to make this profit? And once your risk is hit, are you exiting with discipline and regrouping to try a different type of trade? And that's how you stay in the game. And so the whole method behind the madness of how Coach got y'all moving is to become real traders, real technical analysts, and to dominate any type of market you in. I don't care if you want to swing trade, if you want to buy leaps, if you want to invest and only buy shares, if you want to scout, if you want to get a prop firm and pass your funded tests and things like that. Once I get done with you, you stick with me for 6 to 12 months, it doesn't matter what style of trading that there is out there, you will be able to do it at a high level, okay? And so I want you all to continue to utilize your edge in the market, utilize the wolf chart, utilize the WTMA. The WTMA is faster than anything out there and is smarter than anything out there. Black Wolf is smarter and more surgical than anything out there. And the coach that y'all behind, I'm smarter and more surgical than pretty much a lot of the traders out there. Even though I have mentors out there and people that even coach look up to out there in the trading world, the way my brain is wired and the way that I innovate is just different than anybody out there. And that's something that God blessed me with, and coach don't take that for granted. And so continue to go into Discord and look at these alerts that we have in here. One I want you guys to pay attention to this week for sure is I want you to go and look at the inverse arc notifications inside the Discord, because these are going to let you know what they rotated into during this dip. And so if we look inside the Discord, you go down to where the alerts are, where it says swing trade WTMA alerts. Under that category, it's going to show you weekly trend shifts, stocks that got into weekly that were in downtrends, and now money has come in behind the scenes, which is what the WTMA tracks, and smart money has now committed some capital to these stocks. So you want to go look for those from the 3-day time frame and the 1-week time frame. You want to look for swing order blocks and internal order blocks that have been conquered. So it's going to say supply zone and demand zones conquered. You want to go look at those and look for those trades as well, because that's showing you which stocks had the enough volume to dominate other institutions to break and close over daily time frame, swing order blocks. So you want to study these. The list that I gave you guys, I've already done all the work and plus some. So the list that I put out there already is top notch. It's really vetted. I looked over that list and I started working on it on Friday, released it today. So make sure you take advantage of that, build your trade plan, do your homework, work as a pack to hunt together. You don't have to, everybody doesn't have to build all the trade plans by themselves. You all can divide and conquer the workload. And this week I'm also going to do some trade plans for you guys. If you have any questions for me, make sure you reach out to me in the Discord. I'm gonna start dropping videos like this all the time. Do me a favor and like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment in the description of the channel. It helps the algorithm push the video out there. As you know, from my heart, I want to help people learn the game. I want to give you the game. I want to give you the tools. So if you know traders out there looking to really learn how to trade, I'm talking about life learners, people willing to put in the work and they really want to learn how to trade and become a technical analyst. And this will set you up to understand how to invest, to know exactly where billionaires and people that manage trillions of dollars in assets, where they're buying this stock at, where they're going to sell it at. And it can just change your life once you learn this game. If y'all know people and traders like that, I'm not just looking for anybody. Y'all already know what type of people I'm looking for. I'm looking for people really willing to learn this game and learn it the right way. If you know people like that, send them my way. With that, Coach out.